Today on TrailMade, we're finally going to be replacing Gertie's back rear tail lights. These are the factory ones. They're large, they're not in charge, but these are pretty sweet. These are from Oracle. They're the flush LED tail lights. I'm going to be walking you through the install today. Stay tuned. So the JLs are notorious for having these big bulky rear tail lights that have a tendency to get caught out on the trail. They just stick out, and anything that's going beyond the body is just asking to get ripped off or damaged. They're also notoriously bad at cracking and allowing water to seep in, which is just another reason why going with a flush mounted tail light like the Oracles just makes a lot of sense to go with. So when you unbox, it's real simple. It's just the two tail lights that come with it. It does come with some of the hardware that you're going to need. And then the lighting's all pretty much done for you. So it's really a plug and play install that's gonna be really easy and enjoyable to do today. I'm really looking forward to, and I've been looking forward to adding these to the Jeep for a while, just because I like the way it looks on the back, but it is nice and functional. So as you can see, it does borrow a lot of design elements from the factory look, so it does fit in really nicely with the JL. What's also great about this is it seems to have a very bright reverse taillight section right here. It is factory sensor compatible, so if that's something that you are interested in or you need, it does have that capability, and it's also compatible with any wiring that came with the halogen setups from the factory or from the LEDs. So the install of this should be very, very easy. The first step we're going to be doing is right here on the trim that's in the back of the JL, right above where it says 12 volt DC, the spot for that. You're going to reach up, and there's a little plastic cover. You're going to pop it off with a trim removal tool, and it looks like this. And when you reach in there, there's going to be just one nut, and all you have to do is just get a 10mm socket, put it on there, and then just keep reversing. As you reverse that out, you'll see the tail lights start to get looser and looser until the whole fixture comes off. So that's the whole installation, uninstallation process for the factory tail light. All right, so we're just about done getting this screw out. And this is what it looks like. You're gonna go ahead and save that for later because we're gonna reuse that for the Oracle install. Now that that's done, there shouldn't be anything holding your tail light in place. Just go ahead and pull out straight towards you. A little pressure right there, and it's going to be attached to the factory harness. All we got to do is just pull this tab back and then press down on the red a little bit and apply a little pressure. Comes right up, and the uninstall of the factory taillight is complete. Good opportunity. There's a ton of dirt in there. Might be a good time to clean some of that out. All right, so this is the factory taillight right here, the driver's side, and then the driver's side Oracle taillight. What we're gonna do is flip it over. There's a bracket on the back side that we're gonna be reusing for the install, and it's just held on by 3 Phillips head screws. We're just gonna go ahead and remove those using basic hand tools. In this case, this fancy thing, and it'll make our life pretty easy. And this is the bracket that pops right off. Go ahead and dust it off, make sure it looks nice and clean. Don't need that. Slide you over. And there is a cord right here, probably easier to put it on this side of the bracket. And then we're just gonna go ahead and line it onto this new tail light. All right, so we're actually not gonna be using the factory hardware anymore. We're gonna be using these screws that are provided by Oracle. So 3 for each, and they're gonna go right back into the same holes that the old hardware came out of. And put all 3 in loosely until they're all in spot. Make sure it's all nice and lined up. We're not going at any weird angles that would mess with the threads. And then we're gonna be doing the exact same steps on this passenger side. Now it's time for the install of the Oracle taillight. The taillight actually does come with 2 harnesses. One if you have an LED setup, 2 if you have a halogen setup, which is what I did. It also comes with a resistor. If you don't have this resistor on, what's gonna happen is the Jeep's used to a certain voltage that comes from a halogen light. When you switch to LED, it's gonna not recognize that they're different voltages, and you're gonna get flashing. It's gonna make you think, or it's gonna make the Jeep think that it has a blown bulb. So having the resistor on there, make sure that the wattage is appropriate and doesn't throw up any codes for you. Now, when you have this, the proper way to install this is gonna be to find a spot to drill it and attach it to on the body on the inside here. There's a few different mounting locations that you can use. For now, I'm just gonna go ahead and zip tie it for the sake of this video, but we are gonna go back in and install it correctly. We're gonna put all the wiring in. I've attached the factory halogen harness to the harness for the Oracle. Line that up in the exact same spot that the factory taillight was on. The same screw that came out of this hole in the trim in the back, we're gonna go ahead and reinsert that, and that's gonna make sure that this Oracle taillight sits nice and flush to the body, make sure it's nice and tight, and that should be the install for us. Nice and easy. All right, so we installed that last screw back into the trim socket. We put the trim cover back on, and now the Oracle taillights that are nice and flush are fully installed. They sit nice and secure and snug, just like the factory ones did. And as you can see, they make a massive difference. You can see how far wide these go out. These sit nice, flush with the body. You can probably even tell I do have some scratches already on Gertie from times that it's come in close contact with rocks or brush. So this is gonna make sure that I don't have to worry extra about my taillight catching. They're really attractive. They have nice bold red lines that fit nicely with the JL style. Like I said, this white light is gonna be nice and bright as well. It has the cutouts in case you wanted to integrate your sensors. Overall, I'd say this was a 1 out of 5 install. Really easy. We knocked it out in about 20-30 minutes, just using the basic hand tools of a 10mm socket and then a Phillips head screwdriver. That's all that was needed. Anybody should be able to do it pretty easily. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, throw them in the comment section down below. We appreciate the support. Make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Jose's really dreamy to look at, and there's lots of videos of him on here on this channel. So just do it for him, not for me. Do it for Jose. Bye.